That's my best friend.
Keemstar, drama alert or Daniel Keem? I'ma go with Danny Boy. I feel like Danny Boy doesn't need an introduction because we know him for his cringe intros.
Let's scare eye into the news!
One thing I've noticed is that Keemstar must be stock videos don't do well. This could be because there's already a consensus that Keemy is a crappy person and his content is even crappier, or because nobody cares about him, or the third option that real human beings over the age of 10 actually like him and don't want to click on the video. Who am I kidding? Just a heads up, this video about Danny Boy will be more of a rant rather than my typical analytical commentary. I don't think this video will be impartial at all, just like Keemstar, so buckle in since it's drama alert time.
What's up, Trouble Alert Nation?
Did you guys hear that? I'm scared. I don't know what was that, guys.
So recently the Deji and KSI drama has been unfolding, and honestly their situation should never have been in the form of video responses to each other. The situation is way too personal for Deji, and you can't put your heart and soul out on the internet because there's always someone that will crush it. So why am I mentioning these two? It's because Daniel has been reporting on their bicker for the past few months, and he hates it when we call him biased. So as Danny Boy, you're the most biased YouTuber out there. He recently put out a video where he discusses how Deji is using his mental health as an excuse for his behaviour. Honestly, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. Every time I say that phrase, there's gonna be a ding because he has no idea what he's talking about. Firstly, Daniel, you can't suffer from mental health. You can suffer from mental illness or a mental disorder. This is literally the definition of mental health.
Now listen, now that Deji has come out and said that he's suffering from mental health, there are completely different rules to all this. Everything that Deji has done wrong, he is not to blame because he is suffering from mental health. If you are suffering from mental health, then you are not to blame for anything you do. I mean, those are the rules of the internet. We must abide by them.
And yes, this is picky, but if you're going to make a video like this for millions to see, use the right terms, especially for something as sensitive as a person's mental health. Now that's how you use it, Keemy. The clips will be from a deleted video because surprise, surprise, he got a lot of backlash and privated it before he got any more hate for it. Danny Boy kept battering on about how it's not Deji's fault because he's suffering from mental health, of course in a jokey way. Daniel, you have no idea what you're talking about. He very much is insinuating that Deji is using his mental health as a defense for his actions and that he can't be blamed. When I really didn't get that sense at all from Deji's video. You have a guy who's literally been broken down by his brother and the internet, and you yourself talking about him losing thousands of subs. So like, why clown on him even when you know he's already down? Daniel also talks about how Deji keeps releasing private information but won't mention how KSI did the same exact thing with the clip from Christmas, and he himself added DMs in his own video. And then he goes on to say, why are we still talking about this?
But in all honesty, how are we still talking about this?
You're the one still talking about it. He's such a hypocrite. Daniel has a way of always putting himself in the middle of ongoing drama, and usually that's fine. Drama channels are entertaining, but he does it in a way that is very biased. He can easily switch an audience's mind on a YouTuber, and that's too much power for this guy.
You're always on the offense, but again, not your fault because you're suffering from mental health. So you no responsibility. But I mean, it is your fault, but it's not your fault. It's actually mental health's fault. Mental health has been attacking KSI for 6 months. If anybody should lose subs, it should be mental health.
It's crazy how flippant he is towards Deji's feelings. He's trying to say that Deji's mental health is his jail-free card. He's disgusting for making comments like that, even if it's in a jokey manner. That wasn't funny, and I don't think anyone found it funny. And luckily people weren't sheep and they disliked the video, which led to him taking it down. If it had got a good response, he would have kept it up because he doesn't actually feel bad about making the video, if we're being completely honest. In a comment about his privated video, he said that people are taking his comments wrongly. He said he was just making a joke about people who use mental health as a shield to deflect criticism. And us bozos thought he was joking about mental health. Oh, that makes it all okay, Keemy. The part where he says he hates the story but then still makes a video afterwards of all the information compiled over 7 months and then gets mad at Deji for claiming the video. Then he talks about how KSI is the victim and how Deji is manipulative. If you think a broken guy like this is manipulative, you've never seen manipulation. And in the end, he says he was wrong. No, you heard that right. He said he was wrong.
Oh my God! Wow!
But then he goes on to Twitter and retweets people who side with him. He only took down the video because he got way more dislikes than likes and he has no moral ground. He says whatever he wants and is able to evade all repercussions. He's still attacking Deji, like, give the guy a break. You saw him having a literal breakdown on camera, and your thing is, let's do a recap of the whole thing. It will be fun. Just leave it alone. You don't have to talk about everything. And seeing as you've already messed up, why add more salt to the wound? But this isn't the first time he's used mental health and ridiculed it. In the past, he's tweeted that social anxiety isn't a real thing. I don't think this guy has a psychology degree or has even spoken to a psychiatrist about this. Who are you to say that people don't suffer from social anxiety? Many people like to criticize Keem by talking about his age, being 37 and making videos on young teens and young adults messing up on YouTube, but that's too easy. Honestly, the sad part is that Daniel becoming this big is the viewer's fault and YouTuber's fault. Whenever a scandal goes down, he's the first person to get a statement and YouTubers give him interviews. Why do you care to go to his channel? He will only skewer it in a way to fit his narrative. I'll be lucky to get 100 views on this video because Keemy isn't a big pull, but it has to be said. I know Daniel's watching this since he's a narcissist. I can already see the haters wanting to call me a snowflake or a social justice warrior as if that's meant to hurt me. You can watch Danny Boy as much as you want, just take it all with a grain of salt. The guy has no idea what he's talking about. He's using keywords to grab your attention and then reports on vapid rubbish and makes thousands. Don't fall for the whole, we're all in this together watching the drama unfold. And just to end it all, I don't really care about the KSI and Deji drama. I'm not on anyone's side. And I don't think any of us should care. This is literally brothers fighting online. And Keemstar should have stepped away from the story, made one video and left it at that. I don't think anyone genuinely cares that much. And if you do, that's just sad. Also, I just want to add this clip where Gabby kind of puts together what I meant about drama channels and how toxic Keemstar really is.
Somebody suggested to me, they're like, why don't you start like a drama channel, a gossip channel, kind of like the TMZ of YouTube where you'll report on all the drama. And I was like, because I don't want to tear down my fellow creators. I don't want to start drama with people. I want to have relationships and cultivate friendships with these people. I'm not going to air out their dirty laundry. That's like the mean girl coming in school and be like, did you hear this happen? It's tabloids. Yeah. And it kind of feeds into like celebrity, and celebrity feeds into that. And it's the same, you know, these tabloids talking about celebrities. It's kind of the same with like drama channels talking about YouTubers. People are starting to cross the line where they don't understand the difference between having an opinion and bullying.
Yeah.
So they can like just completely tear somebody apart and be like, well, I can have my opinion.
She made some great points here. Keemstar's one of those guys that will just keep thriving because drama does well and you just can't get away from that. I want to go back to one of the first comments I made about how Keemstar used the wrong terminology. I don't want you guys to think that you can't suffer from mental health. Of course you can. I was just picking at what he said. Don't lump me in with Keemstar. I'm not that problematic. Anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and yeah, have a great day.
I was in a dark place. I was in a dark place.